Hi, it's Gay, and this video is going to review grading with the assignments. In Brightspace, there are two different types of assignments that you'll be grading. One is called a discussion, and one is called an assignment. And the assignment is actually the Dropbox assignments that we had in eCollege. So you will go up to grades, and then you will go enter grades, and then you want to make sure that you are in spreadsheet view, and which we are, and then you'll go look for the assignment that does not have the word discussion under it, which will be a Dropbox. Grade all. And then once you open it up, you're going to see that there's these icons on the side. Now, with the Dropbox assignments, if you do not make sure that pop-ups are allowed for the site, you will not be able to open up any of these attachments. For some reason, in the discussion, if your pop-ups are blocked, you can still get in there and grade. But if your pop-ups are not released for this particular site, then you're not going to be able to open those. So that could be your first clue why you're clicking on it and nothing's happening. It's because your pop-ups have blocked it. So once you get in, you'll want to go into submission. And then once you're in the submission, this looks quite a bit differently than the discussion-based ones. What you'll have here is on the left, it will be the student's submission that you'll be able to open up and read. And then down below over here is where the actual grading happens to the right under evaluation. So you'll grab onto this the actual drag down, drop down slider here, and this is where you'll put in the score. And then down here is where you'll put in the feedback. And you can see how small this box is. You can actually grab onto this and make it a little bit bigger when you're putting in your comments. But what you'll do is you'll just scroll down and then you'll put in the actual grading rubric. You can see how small this comes in, and that is why you will not be able to put your comments into the actual rubric anymore if that is what you were doing. So you really are going to need to put all of your comments up above before putting in the rubric. This has a lot of the same features. You can record a note clip here. You can actually record a video in here. You can add a file. You can do all of that, and it will place it right here in the text box. And then, as you can see, you can toggle full screen, or you can see you can actually go in and do it as a full screen, or you can toggle back just to make it easier for you to put it back in, or you can just toggle back into the actual, small box. It might be easier to toggle to the full screen when you're first copying and pasting in, but because of the fact that when the students read it, it will be fairly small, it would be a huge disadvantage to try and put in all kinds of comments into the grading criteria just because it is really, really small when it comes into the box. Whereas if you are typing in your comments, they are much larger and easier to read. So once you've completed all of that, then what you'll do is you'll just hit update. And then the easiest way to keep going when you're grading is to hit this button, Next Student, and that way you'll just go to the very next student and be able to keep going with each one. You can, do it up here as well, where you can do the next student and click on it and it will take you forward. I think that's the easiest way to do it, and when you're done, then you would just go back to the submissions and be able to complete it. So this is just a little bit different. It's easy to get lost in here, I will tell you. The first time I did it, I was like, okay, now what do I do? And when I went and hit next student, it worked out really great. But then when I went back to the submissions, this is where I got a little bit lost. All of a sudden they were all in front of me, and it didn't go back to the grade book. And it doesn't go back to the grade book, just so you know that. It ends up just going to this folders content where you can actually open it up this way, and it shows you all of the different submissions by each student, and it shows you which have not been read, etc. But it doesn't take you back to the grade book, and really the only way you can get back to the grade book is to go back to the grade book. That is how, if somebody else finds an easier way to do that, I haven't quite found an easy way to get back into the grade book. So that's how you would grade a assignment. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.